From every strand on the line of your reel, to the rods, to the anglers, to the lures on the end of your hook, let's talk about those big bass here on Co-Angler's Corner with your hosts, Rob Welch and John Stoudinger.
Good evening, everybody. I'm John.
How y'all are? Cajun Rob here with you.
I'm sorry, dude. I don't know what it is, but you just make me laugh when you say that.
I thought everybody said it, so I don't know. It is what it is.
It seems like that's the way we start out every show, with me laughing at you talking.
That's a good way to start, man. Gotta laugh at something.
Oh, yeah. Life is too serious to not laugh at things.
Exactly.
So we have Dave Archibald as a guest on our show tonight, but he's having technical difficulties getting in. And when he comes in, we'll have him up here. And if he doesn't, we'll do what we always do. Have fun, talk fishing, answer questions, pick on each other. So
Yep. Plenty of that to go around.
Yeah. If anybody has any questions or show topics, go ahead and shoot them at us. We're more than willing to try to accommodate for you guys, since you're spending some time with us, and we want to make it your show, not ours. You guys don't want to see our ugly mugs all the time. So
That's true. I can relate to that.
Yeah. So what happened here? Man, I'm having issues now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, never mind.
Oops. At least you caught it or figured it out.
I took the plug-in for the mouse and moved it to the other computer, and I'm sitting moving the other one, and I'm like, wait, how come the pointer's not moving up there? Never mind.
Yeah, it's like when I go to my wife's office, she has the little mouse, and I'm moving it going, oh, yeah. So, yeah, I understand. But when was your next tournament?
Me? I'm
John, you got one next month, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Like your season will be almost over by the time I start.
I'm about halfway. I got Douglas in 2 weekends. May 11th, I'm on Douglas Lake in Tennessee, which I love. Douglas, great lake.
It is. It's a fun lake. It
is.
I fished my first open on Douglas.
Yeah, it's got good numbers. I think even the TWRA, the wildlife says that lake has the best numbers of any lake around. So, but you can always catch fish shallow, and the bigger fish always a little deeper.
Yeah, isn't that the deepest lake in Tennessee?
One of them. That Norris is probably pretty close.
All right. Well, they don't come close. They don't come close to my lake, so. No,
we don't touch yours. Especially when it was like 800 foot deep. No, we're not in that range.
No. The St. Lawrence River, I mean, I found spots there, drop shot in 90-something feet.
Dang.
I mean, I caught one fish in about 90 foot of water.
Jeez.
And it was a bass.
Dang. Good thing you have some barbs needles with you.
It took me a good 5 minutes to get it up.
Dang.
I didn't know what it was. I didn't want to kill it, so I played it nice and slow.
Yep.
Nice and easy. Don't know if I did the right thing or not, but it swam away.
No, hey, that's the main thing.
Yes. No, my buddy and I were practicing for a tournament, and he's like, well, nobody's going to be fishing out here. And I looked at him and I said, you know why? There's probably nothing here.
Yeah. It's a Dead Sea. It's the Dead Sea out there.
I said, we're probably better off in the outhouse trying to catch them. About 10 minutes later, I fished the fish. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. But no.
But yeah. I've had some good times with Douglas. I think I went to a Bass Open, fished the first 2 days as a code, and day 3, they didn't have co-anglers on day 3. They needed marshals, so I signed up to be a marshal, and I was a marshal for Josh Herron, and he finished top 6, and he was deep cranking, and he had a pretty awesome day. And it's funny, that's when the kind of forward facing really come out, and he was cranking like a 20 plus plug and said, "Hey, come look at this. There's one fish had the bait, and their fish is going back and forth trying to knock the bait out of it. It never did get hooked though. It was weird. You can see that fish going back and forth trying to knock the bait out of the other fish's mouth. He didn't get hooked. That was crazy.
Hey, got a question for you. Is this proper English down south? Where y'all are from?
Yeah. Where y'all at? Where y'all at?
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah,
that's close. Close enough.
Okay. I'm trying to get myself a little Cajunized.
There you go.
Between you and Barking Rugers.
Yeah, Barker Rugers lives. I think he lives south of Cajun country. He's right there in the heart of it.
Yeah, I think he's close to touching Cuba, isn't
he? Pretty close. Probably knows a few.
He probably triangulates by fishing by Cuba and Mexico and his house or something.
Yep.
That's where I'm supposed to fish.
There's a comedian down in Louisiana. There he is. Speaking of the devil, it's hard for them to shake the hook when you set it in their soul. Yeah. I said I think he runs 30 or 50 pound braid on his crappie setup. So he does that.
Yeah.
But there's a comedian down there. He knows the guy, and his famous catchphrase is "Y'all catching." That's his catchphrase. Pretty funny.
Okay.
He says, "Man, I got to take a bus up north just to get to Daylightville." Yeah, I believe it. Hey, I've been in Honey Island Swamp, and there's some places up through there in Honey Island that's like almost pitch black in the middle of the day. So, there's
all right.
There's some thickets up in there.
Yeah, that's places I don't really think my scrawny white butt should be in.
Yeah, if you don't like gators and snakes, that ain't the place for you.
I don't mind them as long as they're on, like, not on me or close to me.
Yeah, I kind of give them their space. You have your space, I got my space. You stay over there, we're good.
Yep. Wasn't it Joe who said, the best way to get to tap them on the nose?
Yeah, I guess their attention. Yeah. But it's funny, when I was growing up, we didn't see that many. There he goes. Joseph said 30 pound, 13 strand. And you're thinking of DJ Rhett. I was thinking Rhett, DJ Rhett. Yeah, that's the guy from down there. He's funny.
Yeah. Well, there's only 15 people in Louisiana. He should know them all.
Yeah, he should.
No, on a serious note, I'm enjoying doing these podcasts, bro.
Oh man, it's been a blast. I mean, like, I think we talked one night. I think I learned more from our guests than for anything. But man, it's everyone we have, we're learning. And people like the lady we had last night, she thought frogging, and man, I was picking up stuff from that, going, man, I've been doing it wrong.
I'm like, and when she said something about setting the hook up to your chest.
Yep. And holding it. Yep.
I've seen a couple frog fishermen do that, and I seen Polnick do it.
Yeah, Rojas. I've seen Rojas do it. Ish. Yep.
So it made sense to me when she said that. I'm like, oh, because I'm normally like a Texas rig hook set.
Yeah.
And wish I could go back to Gunnersville, 5 years ago, and
I had the same thing happen.
Redo those hook sets.
Oh yeah, I'm the same thing with Chickamauga. I probably had 12 or 13 blow-ups and get a hook in any of them. I'm like, here we go. Cliff Crochet and Hackney both set the hook on frogs like that. Yeah, that's true, Joseph. Yeah, that's old Hackney, man. He crossed their eyes, I guarantee you.
It's funny. I was fishing a club tournament on a local lake, and I was fishing with a guy I don't know, he's probably about 320. You know,
Yep.
he's up front. And I was setting the hook and it was shaking him. Making the boat rock. I was using a jig. And he's like, "What are you doing?"
Making it happen, man. That's what I'm doing.
Me being the nice guy, I said, "Well, if he's only 11 and a half inches, his lip will stick out till the other half." So I got 12-inch fish now.
Hey, whatever gets it done, man.
Yep. And
but
it's that you don't think about it, but the hook set's extremely important.
Oh yeah, especially on that kind of fishing, it is.
So
I remember some of the old timers that said count to 3 or count to 6 and set the hook, and I'm like, man, if something blows up, I got to be setting the hook. I ain't gonna wait too long.
Yeah, I can't be counting my fingers trying to figure it out.
No. Plus, I'm a count over 5. I have to take my shoe off.
Yeah, there you go. How do you hold a rod and count to 5 at the same time?
Yeah, or be like out in the phone, just go barefoot.
Yep. Hey, Kyle Patrick fishes barefoot.
Oh, does he? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I didn't have the live feed today, but I watched the live tracker on the Major League Fishing, and Ross did pretty good today. They fished a lot of muddy water, and I think he was first a lot of the day, but he swam a chatterbait most of the day, and then who was it?
What is he, in 5th or something like that, I think? Yeah,
he led most of the day. I think he dropped down 3rd or 5th. And then Marshall Robinson, I think he was 3rd. He caught a 5'11", I think it was on a Ned head on a brush pile. I'm like, dang, a 5'11" on a Ned? Jeez.
I was fishing 6-pound test, the same line I was telling you about.
Yep.
And the tree knots drop shotting down in the James River.
Dang. That's on my wish list. I want to go fish James. I've heard a lot about it. I've heard a lot of good and a lot of bad, so I want to experience it myself.
I see Joe put another comment up. I just can't read it.
Oh, so he said, dude, when I was up in Michigan, those fish didn't know what to think of me. I was setting a hook on a 1/4-ounce jig head with a 3.5-inch swim bait with a 7.6 heavy broomstick. Ooh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what, when I first got introduced to jig fishing, it was my first year in the local club. Joe says from a kayak, I can see that.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I went and I got me a dolphin rod.
Oh, heck.
Yeah. Guy's like, "What are you doing with that?" I'm like, "This is my jigs. This is my flipping stick." And he goes, "We ain't going for tuna."
That's funny right there.
I didn't know. I just knew you needed a heavy rod, heavy line. And I'll tell you, that rod weighed about 7 ounces.
I bet you was wore out.
I was.
That thing around.
It was like flipping an A-rig.
Oh, yeah. But I think the funniest thing we've had on the show is John Sokup talking about his co-angler catching that 7-pounder with the line over with the old ugly stick. Dude, I still laughing about that. That was hilarious. He comes up with some good memes. You got to subscribe, watch his channel on Facebook. He has some good memes, especially over the weekend. He comes up with some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of the yard work done that we wanted to over the last couple weekends, and I'm going to start getting everything all straightened around, and so we can have our show up on throw them up on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram and all them, the smaller feeds. But so Joe, is there any topic you want us to try to find a quote unquote specialist on?
Oh, we are having a guest. Was it TJ is going to have a thing on JDM and kind of Japanese techniques. I know I've been kind of getting into that BFS side of things. I mean, it's a lot to learn, but it's pretty neat stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You have to have the right kind of rod and match that up.
Yeah, you
'Cause
do.
I can't see throwing that on using that on a water boat repair.
On the water boat repair. Hey, Joseph, I did that. Me and my partner on Del Hollow last tournament. He took the cat. We hit a log, and the only thing it done was he's got a little connector to his throttle, and a little plastic piece broke. So like we'd go for a mile, and he'd like tape it up, wire tie it, and we'd go down for about a mile or so, and he'd come back loose. He'd have to retie it up. So hey, we made it in the way in though. But it happens. He didn't have a wire tie. We had to stop at the marina, and this old man let us borrow a couple wire ties. It was funny.
Oh yeah, some of the things that happen during tournaments.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Some of the stuff you see happen.
Oh yeah. I seen. I was fishing a club tournament, and we had a cove that came in like this, and we went out there.
Yep.
We saw guys first time being a boater. He almost ran over the island.
Oh heck!
And the sad thing is, it was his co-angler's first time his first time fishing.
Oh heck!
Yeah, and we afterwards we told him not everybody drives like that.
No.
There's
just a couple knuckleheads.
Oh. Well, should I don't know if we want to hear this story from Joseph.
Oh, we got to hear it, man. I mean, he comes up with some stuff. There we go.
Is this something we're going to have to bleep out?
We can edit it out later. It's after, 8 o'clock, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we try to invite him on?
Yeah, I see him link to send, so. Hopefully it come through. I sent the link to you, Joe, through Messenger there. But, yeah, he knows how it works. He knows that side of stuff better than we know it, probably.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Might have to ask him why I keep losing my shows.
Or, well, my laptop just went black last night, and I was like, what happened? Craziness. But yeah, talking about crazy catches down Chickamauga. Toyota's going to be down there starting Thursday, and they was looking for, I guess, a couple of boaters that was short. I was down there a couple years ago, and I would throw a little spinnerbait. I had a dang catfish, about a 15-pound flathead, run off my spinnerbait. I thought I had a big smallie, but there he is.
All right. Are you ready for this?
There he is. There's the man, the myth, the legend. The man, the myth, the legend right there.
Y'all called me. I was just doing some field repairs on the ghetto rig, man. we doing all these house repairs, so the wife's feeding the kid out here in the RV. So she tried double dipping. She was going to run the microwave and the air fryer at the same time.
Uh-oh.
And I had to get up and leave my chocolate melt behind and go reset the breakers because apparently they wasn't up to the task.
Oh, I heard that.
So I'm just going over here where I can get a little bit quieter. But talking about the on the boat repairs, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many tournaments and just fishing days alone I've had where I spend the majority of my day. Come on in, kids. Come on. Either towing some old man in,
yep,
or fixing somebody's boat on the water. And what's funny about that? So about 3 years ago, fished a major vet tournament, and the vet that I had with me was kinfolk, my Uncle Gino, and he's old Vietnam era vet.
Oh, hey.
First cast, we get to the spot. I say, "You all right?" Yeah. We good. I said, "Look, whatever you do," I said, "do whatever you want." I said, "But give us a couple of minutes to get settled down." "Oh, okay, I got you." I said, "Give me a couple of minutes to get my electronics right." Yeah, no problem. And I'm looking down. He throws over my head. Where does it go? He's pulling back. Boy, he sets the hook, and the hook set back on it. He said, shit, it's running. I looked, and he's running up to the front of the boat. I said, damn, it must be big. He said, yeah, and about that time, the tip of his rod hit my trolling motor. I said, oh, shit. I said, don't tell me you threw over my head. Yeah, why? I said, I think your big fish is in my trolling motor. He said, well, can you get him? I said, yeah, I think I can get him out. First cast of the day, dude. He took us out of commission. By the time I had to take the prop and all off, that little cotter key, deep sixed it, because right as I get the prop off, he pats me on the back to tell me how good of a job I am. In the water it goes. So we get to the only boat shop they got down there, and they don't have any cotter pins for trolling motors. So we're out there grabbing side angle grinders and stuff, trimming nails to make cotter keys for the trolling motor prop. It took me about 2.5 hours to get that damn trolling motor up and running. We get back to the same spot we was in, and who passes by but a couple of vet friends we served with in Iraq. And as they were pulling up, we were hearing thump, 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 thump. What the hell? He said, hey, man. He said, you got an extra Motorola or Motor Guide prop? I said, no. I said, I got an extra Minn Kota. He said, you ain't going to believe this. First cast of the day, we threw a blade.
Dang.
So that, like I said, if you want to know what I want to see, you get me some people talking about stories on fixing stuff on the water, like jumping overboard with a handful of rags and plugging up your boat because your driver done drove over a wellhead in a fiberglass boat.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, we'll talk to you later. We got our guest got on. So, hey, thanks.
See you, buddy. Take care, buddy.
That'll be good.
All right, man. See you.
Oh,
there he is. There he is.
Welcome.
My son destroys anything electronic in my house.
Oh no!
Shoes, phones, anywhere, anything. 7 years old, and like, I don't know what he does, but I had to figure it out, and I finally figured it out. I don't even know how he does it. Like, I don't know. Well, I'm here.
He'll be a demolition expert one of these days.
Oh no, he's already perfected that. If you need demolition work, 5 minutes, done.
Oh man!
Like my boss says, she's like, I can destroy anything. Don't ask me to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish it was the opposite.
Yeah. All right. So, one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on is you went down and you did pretty well in the Toyota series down in Florida.
Yeah, great finish, man. Congrats. That was awesome.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And just wanted to have you go on. I mean, have you go about how you did so well and let everybody know that it's not all gloom and doom behind the forward-facing sonar.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was Okeechobee, so that automatically gave me a better advantage anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when I went down there, the cold followed me down. Like every time I go south, the cold.
Oh, man.
We had that big cold front, and it really messed up the fish for a while. And this is why especially if it's a new lake, this is why I go down and practice. Everyone's like, why you practice? You're on the back of the boat. You don't have control. Put it this way, if I didn't practice and with my practice partner, I wouldn't have done well, because what everyone is used to doing down there really wasn't working to its maximum potential like it generally would. And on the last day of practice, I pretty much was like, okay, I got this. You know, I was catching some quality fish and in practice, and then, you know, more consistently getting the bites the way I figured them out to be. So if it really wasn't for the practice, and also my practice partner, Shannon Abbott, who's on the Invitational series.
Yep.
He really hammers on me during practice, which is kind of, you know, I kind of like old school, football team, football coach yelling at you type of environment. and it works for me.
Stuff we can get arrested for today.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So, figured it out there, and hold on. Can you get on the loaded TV out there?
Hey Rick, how you doing, buddy?
Hey Rick, but yeah, that really that practice was everything, and came tournament day, I was pretty much confident. There's such a thing as fishing slow.
Yep.
Yeah, you had to slow that down 100%. And I had the patience, and I had a great day one, and I made some mistakes. Biggest mistake, and some people are kind of like they're running out of time before they have to get on the boat. I don't care if it takes the extra 5 minutes. Eat breakfast.
Yeah.
Because come 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock,
you're struggling.
Start getting HP and all that.
Yeah.
And I know I had like 16 pounds on day one, something like that. If I ate breakfast and didn't like lose my mojo and, was more true on my hook sets and all that, I probably would have had 21 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. And that ended up being a factor, for the final result. Yeah, I mean, I had a great day, and it just, it worked out great. And, as it's the patience, just I was a little sloppy towards the end of the day, and I could have culled up, some fish, real nice fish. And then, the way the weather was and all that, I really didn't see much change between day one and day two, so I kind of had the same approach, although I had a different boater. He didn't have a good day one, so he was close to the area where I was really comfortable, and we kind of got near there, and I started catching fish, and real quickly I caught a 4-pounder, a 3-pounder, and then two small keepers.
Wow.
And he my boat was kind of getting frustrated. He's like, "What are you doing that I'm not doing?" I'm like, "Listen, just slow it down. Put your power poles down."
Yep. There you go.
And he just couldn't keep his foot off the trolling motor. And I'm like, "Do you want me to cut the wires?" I'm like, I'm trying to help you here. And I said, "Do what I'm doing," all that. And he kind of got frustrated. He wasn't in it, but he knew I was in it, so he was trying to be cool with me. But he got frustrated. It's like, I got to catch fish. So he went to another area, and an area where I knew really didn't have an abundance of good sized keeper fish.
Right.
And so I'm like, like I always say, my YouTube videos too, you don't have control, so you kind of have to adapt.
Yep.
And we went into like some, back inlets and all that, not like back in the deep sticks, but just like the back areas, like around like Tin Cup and all that. And I was catching fish, but they were all small. I'm culling like an ounce here, an ounce there.
Yeah.
And he was still working pretty fast, and that was a little tough. And then we went by the spot, and I actually did hook into probably was an 8-pounder. Got lucky. But my boater thought I was snagged up and didn't stop the trolling motor, and I never had a chance at the fish, and I lost him.
Oh man.
And it was like, oh my God. And he's like, he's stuck on the bottom. I'm like, no, that you go, did you see it? It was pretty big. And then we finally got out of there. I called up another ounce or two, and he was going to go back to where I was catching him. And then he wasn't sure about the wind. So we went back close to the ramp, and then he stopped, and it's like, we had like 45 minutes to kill, and we're in like no man's land. And he's like, "Oh, just going to go through here." And I'm like, okay. And I'm really stressing out, because I knew if I at least duplicated what I did the day before, I could be sitting top 1, top 2. So I'm trying to keep myself focused.
Yep.
It's really hard when I am a control freak.
Yep.
Here I am
Yep.
on the back of the boat. So I got to battle my mental games that I have to do. And we're going through, and there's really nothing happening. I did hook into one. Probably like a 4-pounder. And he just didn't, he didn't stop again. Went around a stump. I lost him. I'm like,
oh no.
All right. So like, I just went, it's pretty much done. We go back to the lock and I'm just silent. I'm like, this is going to hurt me. This is going to hurt me bad and all that. And it did hurt. Did hurt a lot. I think I weighed in like 11 something or 12 pounds or something like that. And I started the first hour with 9 pounds, so it was frustrating. And
now, did you have a limit that day?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I had a limit. I definitely had a limit. And, oh geez.
Yeah, Joe.
I needed a winch cable on that, but that's funny, Joseph. But yeah, it was a real frustrating day too, and it was really hard. And I always say this: you gotta keep your mental composure because it can eat you up.
Oh yeah,
and I was struggling with that, and I keep saying to myself, you don't have control. You don't have control. Not everyone fishes like you, all this stuff, and I was 12th place after day 2. So I'm like, okay, I'm probably not going to win, but I have a chance at a top 5. That's kind of way I look at it. I needed another 15, 16 pounds. Like Steven here just replied, he got his 15, 16 pounds that day, I think.
Yeah.
he did good. He beat me. I think Steven, you took 3rd place, correct?
Wow.
Yeah, Steven's good. Steven's good angler. The Northeast showed up for this one.
They did.
Duarte from Maryland, he also did well, and he actually saw me on day 2, and he saw me getting near to my spot. He's like, I saw you off in the distance. I got scared. Like, don't worry, I didn't get there. But
Steven's going to be Steven's a future guest on the show.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. Steven is really good, real sharp guy, very consistent angler. He deserves to be on the show. But so I went into the final day and I'm like, I just got to do my thing. I knew I was with a good boater. I knew I was going somewhere that I only fished an area where I fished briefly during practice. And I knew it was been beaten up. So I was a little worried. And I was catching fish. Just really wasn't catching the big ones. And in the boater I was with, good boater, Al Hopkins, he had been pretty consistent in that area. And he was even getting frustrated that we weren't catching the size that he was normally used to catching in that area. And anytime, Stephen. We just grinding, actually threw a few other baits, because it was a little different makeup of the area. And then we went into a spot, and I just looked at this little spot. I'm like, I just pitched in there, and wham! That 7-pounder that everyone saw me holding up on the final day. That's what I caught. The big 7-pounder, and that was one hell of a fight. One thing, Florida bass are different from bass in Massachusetts. A 4-pound bass from Massachusetts, if it was in Florida, fights like an 8-pound bass. So when I got that 7-pounder, I thought I had a double-digit bass. I'm like, this got to be 12 pounds. Like this was giving me like my Massachusetts, differential in my head. I'm like, this has got to be like the biggest bass I've ever seen in my life. And it ended up being 7. Like when I got it too, I'm like, oh, it's not as big as I thought, and ended up being 7 pounds. And that helped me dramatically. It caught one small keeper that culled me up. That got me to almost 17 pounds. And, I was like, I knew that wasn't going to be enough to win. I knew I needed 22 pounds at least that day, and it just wasn't going to happen. But, I knew that was going to put me, up there, top 10 for sure. Yeah. I was hoping to get my first top 5 in a Toyota series. I just haven't had that happen yet. And, I was, waiting there. It was a while before I weighed in, and Casey Gonzalez down in Florida, he had like a 28-pound bag, and he was right behind me in the standings. He was in 13th place, I think. And I'm like, oh, I'm thinking about the one that I didn't have a chance to get the day before. I thought about me not eating breakfast on day one. All these things, you start rewinding everything. I'm like, okay, I screwed everything up on day one by not eating breakfast because I lost 3 fish that probably could have got me to 21 pounds. And then frustrated, I didn't get a chance at those 2 fish on day 2, which weren't my fault. And then, you play all these mind games. I'm psychopath in my head when it comes to that stuff. And
we'll get to this question in a second.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll answer that now. A go-to technique on a struggle bus. If there's not a lot going on weather-wise, I slow it down.
Yep.
I go finesse. I'll work a cadence. I'll vary a cadence if working that my go-to cadence doesn't work. It may add little nuances and stuff like that. I mean, you have to go to a go-to technique like you're asking, which is for me, slowing it down, going finesse. I feel I am pretty good at the finesse game, but within that game, you have to do little subtle adjustments if it's not working, because if it's not working, don't keep trying to fit a square through a circle. Figure it out a little bit. You're running out of time. If you're already identifying that it's getting rough, you probably already have 4 or 5 hours you've already lost throughout the day, and now your time frame is a lot shorter. So you got to make some adjustments and even play with colors. Like in Okeechobee, I was playing colors on top of the slow fishing on everything. I start the morning with one color because the light's low. It starts low and then it goes high. And once it got to a certain point, I changed the color. And then if I went into a certain area where the water was a little dark, I went to another color. So I was rotating 3 different colors on Okeechobee, depending on the time of the day, level of sun, cloud, how much cloud cover and stuff like that. And it worked. Because you could, in practice, I was feeling those changes, and I incorporated it into my adjustments during a tournament. So back to the weigh-in. So when I finally got to the weigh-in, and I got up on stage and all that, and I got, I weighed 16, 16, 10, 16, 11, whatever it was. And I was in second place. I'm like, oh my God, and like, and half the pack already weighed in already. I'm like, I might get my first top 5, and then, but I knew Steven, he was behind me and he was ahead. He was up there going in. He was up in the top 5 going into the final day. And I knew he caught a bag equivalent to mine, pretty close. So I knew I wasn't gonna catch him. I knew he was gonna be in the top 5. I just didn't know about some of these other guys. And then I ended up taking 6th.
Oh man.
I still don't have an MLF trophy. I got top 10s, but no MLF trophy.
Hey, we know a lady that can make you one.
Yep. A good one.
What place do you want?
You know what place I want.
Yeah.
I'm like a hockey player with a Stanley Cup. You don't touch it until you earn it.
Yep.
And that's
what they say about the Classic. That's what they say about the Classic.
Yeah, it's the same principle. I brought up Stanley Cup because I'm watching the Stanley Cup playoffs. My team's in it, so.
Who's your team?
The Bruins.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that. See,
No,
I used to get picked on growing up because I used to be a Flyers fan and a Bruins fan.
Flyers and Bruins?
Yeah, back in the 70s, 80s.
It's kind of like an oxymoron.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah. Well, they always fought.
No fish were harmed. Always had 5 alive every day.
Yep.
There you go.
Exactly.
Now,
But-
is your hat's TLC? Is that relatable to that group back in the 80s?
No, that's Tennessee Lunker Company.
Oh yeah, yep.
One of my sponsors. They do a lot, an array of lures and soft plastics. They do bladed jigs, spinner baits, jigs, football jigs, finesse jigs. They do soft plastic, worms, creature baits,
Nice.
things like that. Yeah, I use a lot.
Right. Steve's right though. The hardware is coming your way soon.
Absolutely.
I hope
Hey,
so,
look,
man.
Look,
I hope so.
I won't be upset if the three of us finish in the top 5 up at Champlain.
So I screwed the pooch on a tournament in Champlain last year. I had it. It was a BFL, but I had it. Even my boater, when I came back, I told my buddy I had it. He's like, really? And I go, ask my boater. He's like, he had it. I literally on Champlain, I threw my drop shot up in the northern part of the lake. I just tossed my drop shot, waiting to hit bottom, and I wasn't all there that day. Had a lot of things going on that week, all that, and I'm like I'm not feeling tension, and I'm like, the fish picked it up, and I'm reeling. I can't catch up. Then I see a 5-pound smallie, and in Champlain, that's a good smallie.
Oh yeah.
And it shot like 8-9 feet up in the air, and I saw it throw the hook, and I reached out my rod, and I'm like, I tried to knock it into the boat, and I'm like, oh my god! I just lost like a 3.5 pounder like just before that too, and I took. Guess what? I took 6th place again.
Man.
Hey, it's not a bad check though. It's not a bad.
No. I mean, the Okeechobee check was much better than a B.
Oh yeah.
Check, I actually, I left in the positive,
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
but and then
that's not easy to do in a Toyota series when you're traveling that far.
no, it was actually I flew down there, and it was actually cheaper to fly because I had my buddy with his RV. He picked me up at the airport, and we stayed in his RV, so it was a lot cheaper for me flying than it was driving down with all the gas and 2 extra days off of work and all that on top of it. I mean, just without including work, I saved a couple $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just sent my rods down ahead of time to my buddy,
Yep.
Shannon, and he had my rods waiting for me. So
As long as they didn't, he drove his Honda for $80.
What kind of rods he had on it? He had on top of the car? I mean,
yeah, the Fred Flintstone.
had him sticking out the window.
He had his 40cc dirt bike going down the road.
I had a car like that.
Yep.
My first car I drove had holes in the floor. When I got my license, I put mats over it so the DMV guy didn't notice.
We had cars like that in high school, so we dropped beer cans out of them.
Yep.
Stephen must be on the other.
Literally $80 in gas to get to Okeechobee from New York.
He's got one of those hybrids or something like that.
He must have, man. That's incredible. That's funny.
Joe says, Rob, I think I see the problem. Fishing game and landing problems ended up a drinking team and a fishing problem.
For a lot of people, that goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But like I get picked on because I bring like a smorgasbord of food. Okay.
I don't have time to eat.
Well, you know what? It's all like I'll bring pickles for cramps, because the vinegar is good for cramping. I cut them all up into little bites so I can just pop one in my mouth and suck on it for a couple minutes, and it's all small stuff. I'll bring a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and eat that when I'm running, or I'll break my cookie up into crumbs so I can just throw a handful in my mouth.
That's kind of gross.
No, that's not. It's a sugar cookie.
Yeah, I just carry a water, 32-ounce Gatorade, a couple of waters of really hot 32-ounce Gatorade, and a couple of Cliff Bars and like those peanut butter and cracker packages.
Yep.
That's it. But I don't have time. I don't have time.
Dude, I bring like
I'm there to win.
Joe's pocket full of Lance cracker.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, the Lance peanut butter and peanut butter and crackers ones. That's what I have one pack of those.
Yep.
And then
what do I bring? I bring pepperoni, cheese, peanut butter and jelly, cookies, pickles.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
Don't either. I bring beef jerky. That's beef jerky and water. I have beef jerky in my pocket. No matter if it's raining, whatever, I got beef jerky, so I'm good.
I can see you in a kayak having your beef jerky taped to your vest.
I put on the hook. I put on the hook and throw it out. Gets too bad.
Us bass fishing all gas station food we buy at 4 a.m. on our way to lunch. Look, I have a good friend of mine, and he used to get egg salad sandwiches at a gas station.
Oh,
that man is brave.
Yeah, very. Yeah.
Caviar.
Caviar crackers.
There you go.
All right.
Go ahead.
Now, Justin Salisbury, I know him. Would you rather have caviar and crackers or my wife's cookies?
I go with the cookies.
I'm always gonna go cookies. You'll never see me eating caviar.
Nope.
No. Besides that, that's bad mojo, right? Isn't that like eating fish the day before the tournament?
Yeah. Or bananas on the boat. Yep.
Hey,
I don't believe in that one.
I don't believe in that. The biggest bag I ever had, I ate a banana during the day.
That's why I don't believe. I eat a banana every time I go on my boat.
Oh yeah.
I just don't go on someone else's boat with a banana because they might freak out.
Some guys do. Some guys do.
Yeah. It's bad luck. Yeah.
At Harris Chain, my day two boat had bananas, and I was like, he's like, I hope that doesn't screw you up. I'm like, no.
No.
I was hoping to be able to talk about the Harris Chain during the show since it was after the Harris Chain event, hoping I had a better result.
Oh, you can talk about anything you want, man. You know our show.
But I didn't do good.
Oh, it happens. It happens. Hey.
Harris Chain was tough for a lot of people. I mean,
it was
day one. Like if I fished a certain area, I would have been fine because I was practice doing 11 to 13 pounds consistently a day, and but on day one, my boater just didn't know where they were, and it just really didn't have a shot. And we both had a bad day. And in day two, my boater went to Apopka there, and I was all for it because like, if I'm going to catch them, I need to catch big ones, and let's go for it. And we basically fished for like not even maybe 2 hours, and I caught 3 fish. I caught a couple. I think caught 2 or 3 fish there, but nothing big. And then I did lose a big one in some thick stuff, but we didn't have enough time. We just kind of both swung. We both needed a bag, and I was all for it. I'm like, let's swing for the fences. Let's just like, if I get on a bite and I can catch five fish, I'm gonna have a shot at making the cut. And I would have if I caught five decent fish, I probably would have made the cut. But like Steven said, Harris broke his heart and broke my heart too.
Yeah.
It broke a lot of people's hearts.
Yeah. But I like the place. It was really windy. I mean, the weather wasn't the greatest. Again, cold weather follows me. It's my fault.
So let's go back to Okeechobee. You said you were fishing slow. Were you dragging baits? Carolina rigging or Senko style or
no, just no secret, speed worm with the Magnum speed worm.
Yep.
A lot of people were using that. I was going extremely slow drag. Like what do you think a slow drag is? Slower. It was like literally power pole down, work the area 360 degrees very slowly, don't get any more hits, power pole up, drift 50 feet, power pole down. That was it. That was it. If I was able to do that in similar areas all 3 days, I would have had my trophy.
Yep. And Justin's right. Harris, Florida in general, you can fish 500 yards and get nothing. Next 20 yards is prime.
Yep. Yeah, the weather shifts down there.
All the time.
Yeah, this year is my first time fishing in Florida.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Dang.
Yeah, that was the first time for me. You know, that's why I actually took like an extra day of practice for both of the events, just to really feel it out. Because, you know, it's different type of vegetation, you know, and then like Okeechobee, not only you have the whole makeup of what Okeechobee is, it's like a jungle, you know, and like I think there's people still there that from the tournament that haven't came back home, you know. But
that's Louisiana. That's Louisiana.
Yeah, I too.
Parts of Okeechobee like that. But then also, you know, I learned about the whole big grass kill and how that has changed a lot of things. So people went in this year seeing things different than they've seen in previous years, and it affect how a lot, you know, the boaters fish. So of course that's going to trickle down to us. So you know, I really had to see everything, you know, just to try to, you know, get a good feel. And now I love the place. I can't wait to. I hope they haven't. I'm sure they'll have a Toyota Series event there next year, and I'll be there. You know, and I'll feel good about being there. Yeah,
well, I think it gives you Co-Angler advantage because everything's kind of 6-8 foot most of the lake. So in the back of the boat, you're almost fishing the same areas as, you know. You're not like some of the Highland lakes. Your boater's in 15 foot and you're in 100 foot. It don't happen that way down there.
Yeah, and generally that time of year, they're not necessarily tight to cover either. You know, so, you know, and they always, the Toyota Series events down there is generally, you know, January, February, March, you know, so they're not necessarily as tight to cover. Although I did catch, like, when you get way in the back into the sticks, like where you're cutting down trees to get to the next area, there were some, you know, fish tight to cover. But yeah, it's a very co-angler friendly lake by far.
Absolutely.
You know? Forward facing sonar isn't much of a factor. Even on lots of Harris chains, it's the same. There's a lot more forward facing sonar used on Harris chain. Probably we kind of proved that. And then you had Mikey Kiso, who I fished for before in the Toyota Series Championships, did it without forward facing sonar and won it, which I'm finally glad because this guy's got so many second places. He did it at the championships when he fished with me and all that stuff. And like, I was so happy to see him win that on the boater side. Real good guy, real good angler.
Yeah, Justin says a lot of fishing pressure in Florida.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
year round.
So there's a chart out on your percentage of chances of catching a 10-pound plus bass per state. And like, there's a percentage for every state. And there's a percentage for Florida, but there's a separate percentage just for Lake Okeechobee. They single out over the states. And Okeechobee, you have a 33% chance in your lifetime catching a double-digit bass there. So everyone goes to Okeechobee to get that trophy, you know.
So where does Massachusetts rank in that? Right about the same place New York does?
Probably. I mean, it's not. It's like, I think it was like maybe like 11% chance in your lifetime if you're fishing all the time. It might even be lower. I mean, the biggest I've ever caught in Massachusetts is 8.2. So
yeah, Steve's right. I mean, I've seen this up in New York too. 50 boats in 100-yard stretch at times.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I fished Toyota Series back in 2018 on Lake Erie, and it was just incredible. I mean, everywhere you look, there was a boat. Oh yeah. You always had that one guy, you know, we're all going in a circle, you know, playing nice. Then you got the guy cutting across the middle. Well,
we saw that at Champlain, was it 2012 21 after the Bassmasters had their event there, and everyone was catching them in the inland sea. So everyone in the Toyota series said, "Oh, let's all fish the inland sea." And that northern, before the bridge, and like there was a ton of boats at that tournament there because everyone wanted to be the next Bassmaster on MLF.
yeah, exactly. And Stephen and Justin, Cayuga's proven every year. Well, that it's the same guy catching the same fish, okay, in the same tournament. Well, he does now, on his behalf, he shows videos of him releasing the fish, okay, and they do check the live wells before the event.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, but I bet you, let's see, he got the state record the year before last. And then last year for smallmouth, I bet you somebody's going to be following him this year to find out where he's fishing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. More than one.
Our buddy Mike Mueller, I think, witnessed that catch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike's a good guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is. Top notch.
I wonder if Mike is related to Paul.
I don't think so.
I don't either. No, I got the fish with. I fished the same tournament that Paul that got him to go to the Nationals. So JT caught it. Tompkins caught it as well. Okay.
Dang. Been around.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the same fish that Justin Lucas caught.
Maybe.
We're all going to have to start putting our initials on the fish.
Put a little tag. Put a pin in it. Put a tag in it.
There you go.
It'll
look like a porcupine by the end of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, so you were pretty much dragging a speed worm.
Yeah, on the final day, I caught a few on a lipless and stuff like that, but which I had caught during practice. Chatterbait bite never really got going with me personally. Others have had success with it, but it was like, slow and steady and like, painfully slow for me.
Yep.
I don't mind fishing slow, but I mean, I had to talk to myself through it. Like,
yep.
Right.
That slow. Like sometimes, as slow as I was fishing was out of my comfort zone. So you have to like just mentally remind yourself why you're doing it.
Yep. Fish is telling you better listen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So,
Good evening, Star Lures.
Yeah, I've done that.
I can fish a little faster.
Yeah,
exactly. I figured something out like on Del Hollow one time. I cast my jig out and I got some professional overrun. So I was getting the thing out, picked it up, and the 3-pounder was on it. I'm like,
Yeah.
dead stick. Rest of the time. Like, yep.
I like Dale Hollow.
Oh, I finished a 5th that time too, just to let you know. On 3 fish.
I didn't do all that well, but I still enjoyed the lake. Really
it's that and Douglas, I think, is 2 prettiest lakes out in Kentucky and Tennessee. That's 2 favorites.
Yeah, Douglas is nice. Douglas is real nice.
Yeah,
Douglas I got it.
Is nice. I got paired with a guy who went off the river, and I think I told Rob this. My boater broke 5 Loomis rods. 5 flipping.
Ouch.
He said he was getting bit. He said he was getting bit, but I want to say he was hitting tree stumps.
Sounds like it.
I've never broken a rod fishing.
I neither.
I
slammed it in the trunks and stuff.
Oh yeah, I broke 10 of them that way.
Oh yeah,
but
it happens.
I've never broke one on a hook set. Anything, it's always been my fault.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
It's funny. Now that I said I'm going to break 3 at Potomac.
Yeah, exactly. Are you going for the Toyota?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going down for the BFL or no?
No, I decided not to do the BFLs because I am sitting in good shape for in the standings for the Southern Division on the Toyota Series. So now I have to fish Santee Cooper, and if I wasn't in it, I would have done the BFLs. But there's some scheduling conflicts with Santee Cooper. So since I have a real good shot at qualifying for the championships at Santee, I got to go for it. and who knows, maybe if I do kill it at Potomac and I do my normal thing at Champlain, maybe I'll qualify twice, but
there you go.
But generally when I've qualified before, it was through the Northerns, through, Champlain. Champlain's my bread and butter. It's like, if I have a good Champlain, then it usually sets me up pretty well, and I can generally do well at St. Lawrence. Potomac can be, that can be hit or miss, but this year it's in June, so it's a better time of year,
yes.
And it is more, somewhat more co-angler friendly as well. Where Champlain is getting harder as a co-angler because the reliance more year after year is more in forward facing sonar, and now they're talking about, like, now co-anglers are bringing their own forward facing sonar. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot of work. It's like, I just see arguments. I see a lot of different things with that. Yeah. So I don't know. That's a whole different topic. Someone said that, because you can't have anything that has any GPS mapping or anything like that. And I had someone who had the capability to disable that on a Garmin Echo map. And he was going to make me a forward-facing sonar for the back of the boat. And I was like, leave it alone. And now people are actually doing it. And I was like,
oh, yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it has mapping on it or anything, according to what I'm hearing. So, I don't know.
That's a fine line, because, like, a lot of people have mapping on their phones. A lot of people have GPS on their phones, and you're not gonna be able. It depends on, how do you control it? You there's no way to patrol it unless you make everybody leave their cell phones in the car.
Yeah, because there's apps on your phone, fishing apps. So you click a button, like, remember an Anchor app? You had a little, you put on your pad to go beep. It's too, you can put it in your pocket and no one would ever know. It's just like, and
Joe says professional overrun for the back boat performance coach is a rough moment, Rob.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
that's why I carry that spare reel. So this case, I have to give one a haircut. I'm prepared. It happens. Forward facing. Now I've fished 2 or 3 tournaments, and the guys, I figured out 2 things how to catch them. Get you a scrounger, 1/4 ounce, 3/8. That works pretty good. I've caught some good ones doing that, and a rig. That's 2 that I've actually caught behind the scoper.
Yeah, it all depends. It's like, time of year, what depth. The deeper the water, the harder it's going to be, no matter what. And also, like, pendulum, you drop shot and just cast it out there far, have it taut the whole way down. So if you're going to get a chance to get it with a guy moving around, you're going to feel it right away, and you're not going to miss the bite. Spy bait, Mike talks about spy baiting, stuff like that. It's just me. I just try to get a feel, depending on the water where I'm at, like down in Gunnersville, I A-rig. I do an A-rig, other things and stuff like that early in the year. But generally in the summer, I don't do much of that. Really just depends. What's going on. But, if it was me, it wouldn't be forward-facing sonar. But I'm a hypocrite because on my boat, I have it. I use it for when I'm fishing my local events and all that. I do use it. I don't rely on it. I kind of use it more as a tool.
Yep.
Rather than I just don't I don't play the video game.
Yeah.
So, I just feel like I'm a good enough angler where I've been fishing since I was little. I feel like I have good instincts, where I haven't been competing at a high level for very long yet. I'm competing, with other people and stuff.
Well, you have a different look because you were a professional athlete at one time,
right?
So the mentality that it takes to be there, and so you can fight through them. Where a lot of people who don't have that mentality,
that's always been my strength is. is I have a very strong mental game. Now in sports, where you're competing against other people in an arena or whatever, you're interacting with that competition rather than, just fighting numbers against them. With fishing, you're fighting numbers. But in sports, I was like, I could, before I even start, I can almost win whatever competition I was in, just because I just get in someone's head. I was a king of that. In fishing, it's a little different. You can get in your own head, and then you got to fight that. So, I'm learning. It's totally different. So I'm learning how to use my mental strengths differently to my advantage. But that's the one thing I think I have over the majority of people, is that my mental acumen is at a much higher level than most people. And then I have that major psychotic compete level too on top of it. And by the way, it's my son, Alex. Say hi, Alex. Don't touch me.
Buddy. Hey, buddy.
How you doing, sir?
Okay. Everyone's seeing you now.
It's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
Just
call
Who are we calling?
mommy?
Nah, mommy's busy. Can you go say hi to mama? Go say hi to mama.
just technology
He's
change.
the one who destroys the computers.
There you go.
Okay.
Justin says technology is changing. He thinks standardization is coming, like stock car racers guidelines. See, I would like to say that
there's been talk about some stuff. Yeah.
I don't see it, because I think money talks. I think money talks, and there's too much money in electronics.
Yeah, I agree. The money is everything. It's what funds the sponsors, everything. The other
military pair pilot and training right there.
I do kind of wish it was like you can use it for practice, but not in tournaments. Again, coming from a co-angler's perspective, but it is. I mean, no one's going to stop making something better. No one's going to stop making better cars. No one's going to stop making better computers. No one's going to stop making, better fishing lures. It's the same. Or better rods or whatever.
You can't stay in business staying kaput, staying still.
Yeah. Nothing's ever going to stop. The one thing you're guaranteed in life is change, regardless what it is.
Yep.
So
that, and if you live in New York, taxes.
Oh, yeah. Massachusetts too.
Or you go through Manhattan now, they charge you like $15 or something now. I heard something on the news.
Oh, the congestion fee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son messing with computers again.
Oh, man. That's not a good sound. That's not a good sound.
There's a future IT guy.
Yep. Uh-oh.
That's
it
right.
happens. Yeah, it happens.
We're used to technical difficulties here on this show.
It happens.
Yeah. But no, Dave's a great guest, great guy,
Yeah.
Excellent fisherman.
Definitely, he's got a grasp on that mental game. I need to take notes on that.
He does, and for the back of the boat, that's the hardest thing.
There he is.
That's the hardest thing is mental game.
Yeah.
My son creates chaos.
Hey, enjoy while he's that small, because my 14-year-old is taller than I am right now.
No.
At 14.
But all right. Well, hey,
everyone's getting restless.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, hey, we're gonna let you go. We'll definitely have you on again, especially after you win Potomac or Champlain.
Yeah, definitely. If you ever want to talk about specific topics too, I'm fine with that. It doesn't have to be about my fishing or anything like that.
Oh yeah, we're going to be starting new technique shows, every couple of weeks or so, and get people to talk about their favorite techniques and try to educate different people.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
See you, Troy. All right, till next time, I guess.
What's that?
I said till next time, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
well, hey, you take care. And
you as well.
Good luck, man. You're gonna get that trophy, man. We'll be watching. We'll be cheering you on.
I appreciate it.
Hey, you know what? If you win Champlain, I finish second. That'll be okay.
I'm fine.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
All right, buddy. Take care.
You guys have a good night.
All right, see you, buddy. All right, see you.
All right.
All right.
Another show.
Hey, made it through the technical hiccups and everything.
Oh yeah, we always do.
Yep. Great guy, though.
I kind of feel bad because due to technical difficulties, his show got cut a little short, but
yeah. Well, I'm on again though. He's definitely rising. He's definitely a rising star, man. I like to have him on again. Maybe get up with him on his favorite technique. Whatever he likes to throw the best.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. And well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you guys saw me flinch like that, my wife's upstairs baking, and every time I heard her drop a pan to loosen up cookies or something.
Or she's dropping you a hen. I don't know which one.
Yeah. I forgot to. Oh man.
Oh yeah. You asked me the question, and I said sugar cookie. So there you go. You're saved.
There you go.
I saved you.
What's Joseph saying? You two are the best pieces together.
Piece it together, host. Yeah, we've gotten pretty good over it a little bit.
I mean,
we make it happen.
I had somebody say the other day or Stephanie Hempel Pellerin, something about if you see something and you're passionate about it, go after it, go fight for it.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And we both enjoy this shit, doing this.
Yeah, we do, man. It's awesome. Joe's right on that one. Now I'll give him credit.
I got a brand new lawnmower for her. What else do you expect?
Good luck with that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, listen, I got a message today at work. The lawn is almost done.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Well, see, it's funny you say that. The house to the left, Lady Mosette. House to the right, Lady Mosette. I'm over the middle. I'm like, wait a minute, something don't add up here. And I get to teach her look, so I drop it.
Yeah. No. My wife's very good to me.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. So I can't complain. Well, I could, but she probably knocked the shit out of me.
Yeah. Wasn't Joseph? Joseph said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, duck. Good thing she's upstairs. You're downstairs.
I asked her to do me a favor and watch some of the show tonight with just because like I don't know if it's going on like all the channels that we're supposed to.
Yeah. It's all check mark. It's all check mark, but you never know.
But you know technology.
No, I know. You never know.
I mean, last night you went black.
Yeah,
tonight,
for no reason. Brand new laptop.
David couldn't get connected.
What's
tomorrow?
Storms.
I won't connect to anything. I don't know, but
yeah. Hey, we'll roll on, brother. We'll roll on.
That's all we can do is have fun and do what we do. Enjoy it.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, this is like that John Sokup marriage advice he's giving me.
He's like the Dr. Phil of the fishing tournament world.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, Justin says he needs cookies. Hey, he's got my number. He's got my number. Text me.
Yeah, he knows where the real deal cookies are. Hey, I guarantee.
He knows how to get them.
Unless it's snickerdoodles.
No. No.
Hey.
I want to say his are chocolate chip.
Yep. I'll say so.
Sharon's are peanut butter with chocolate chip.
Yep.
I
don't know.
Mine's sugar cookies or whatever else she makes me.
Hey, Joe's got that's good advice. Hey, Joe, I got better than that. I got 2 X's, so I got twice the.
Do they live in Texas?
No, they're in Tennessee. That's why I'm in Kentucky. I'm just kidding.
Wasn't that one country song? My exes live in
Yep.
Texas.
George Strait. Yep, George Strait. Yep.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate it once again. Have a safe night. We got Fishing with Legends on tomorrow.
Yep, it's gonna be good.
Be safe. And peace out, y'all.
Peace out.